Hello and welcome to the second BevBall interview. I'm Jacob Getty and I'm joined here with two great KBEV leaders. Say hi, Alana.
Hello, I'm Alana Morgan.
And also Jackson Harris.
Hi, I'm Jackson Harris.
Along with the Beverly Hills High School varsity basketball team and their coach, Jarvis. Today, we're going to get an inside look at these players' experiences and their unique stories, along with life as Beverly's varsity basketball player. Due to current circumstances with the COVID-19 pandemic, this interview is going to take place online. We're going to take a quick second to remind all viewers to practice social distancing in order to slow the spread of the virus and stay safe. So, our first question is for everybody. You guys can unmute yourself if you want to answer, and that's, how old were you when you started playing basketball?
I was right whenever I could walk. My dad gave me a little hoop, so I guess 1.
Anyone else?
I was 4 years old when I started playing basketball. I started just following after my older brother because he's 6 years apart. So he was 10 when I was 4. Yeah, so that's when I really started putting the ball in my hand and playing basketball.
I was around 3 or 4 when I started getting basketball and getting into it, stuff like that, with playing and stuff. So,
I didn't really start playing basketball until 8th grade. Then that's when I actually started playing basketball.
I've always had a hoop in my backyard, so pretty much ever since I was really little.
Same here. I think I played since whenever I could.
So. Yeah, I didn't really start taking basketball serious till I got to 9th grade summer. That's when I really started taking it serious.
I was 3 or 4, same as Blake. So when I started playing.
What about Coach Jarvis?
Okay.
You're muted.
I started playing probably around the age of 7 or 8. Started playing YMCA. When I was young, I played all types of sports. So, but yeah, probably about 7 or 8 years old.
Okay, very nice. I'm going to send it to Alana with the next question.
So from the outside looking in, you guys seem like a very close team. If you could choose one teammate, which one would you say gives the best advice and always gets the team hype?
I think Nick gives the best advice because he's just been on varsity the longest and has the most experience. And Ben does the best job getting us hype with speeches and music and stuff like that.
Great. Well, Jackson, you want to go?
Sure. So, how do you guys think the team has improved from the beginning of the season to the end?
I think we improved. I'm muted now. Okay. I think from the beginning of the season, when we first started playing, in the summer, we started playing a couple tournaments. Coach Jarvis put us in. We played in Thousand Oaks at the Mamba Academy, and we played at LMU, and we went back-to-back for LMU and the Mamba Academy. We had overlapped games. We had to come from Thousand Oaks to go to LMU and play, and we were actually from Burbank, into LMU to play, and we were in a lot of tournaments just bonding together, and we won 2 championships over the summer in the little tournaments, and then that made us feel real confident in coming into the season. And when we came to the season, we started off pretty well. We played in Palm Desert. Palm Desert didn't go as planned. We lost, I think, the first game we were out there, and that's what kind of put us down. We beat everybody else, and we beat the team that actually ended up winning the whole thing. So it was a lot. It was a lot around that, and towards the end of the season, we never really gave up at any game. Every game, we've always came out with our hearts out. We played hard. We never let go. Even if we were down 10, 15 points, we always still came back, and we just stayed together. That's really number one for us, I think, when we came from the beginning to the end. We just never gave up.
Would you say that the team improved a lot from last year if you were on varsity?
Yeah. I feel like our togetherness and our how we were was way better than last year because, I was playing varsity last year, and I wasn't really, so close with my teammates as I was this year. Not saying, I wasn't a leader last year either, but, I wasn't as close as I am with this team and this group because I still keep in touch with this group and everybody on my team. But from last year, I don't really talk to anybody but Marcel.
Yeah, I would probably agree with Ben that this year felt a lot more like a family than last year. Like, I mean, last year still felt like a family, but this one was like everyone was really close, like talking every day, seeing each other in the hallways, being really friendly. Like, it just felt a lot closer and tighter knit.
And so considering that the Samo versus Beverly game was the last game against your rival, do you guys, for the players going into next season, do you think you guys will have to take a different approach playing different teams next season?
To be honest, I don't really think so. A team's a team. We just got to work together to win. So it really don't matter who we play. We just got to come out with the win.
The same.
So, would you guys ever later on want to play basketball internationally?
For sure.
Yeah, I guess I
That's for
would.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh God, Blake needs a cut.
I mean, not just international. Like, there's also college and pros, so it doesn't have to be international.
But we'll,
Intramural, yeah.
If people are looking towards the future to play basketball, I'm sure there are some of us who want to take it to the next level wherever it is, not just internationally.
Right.
just take the fucking charger out. Hey, is Jarvis in this call?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yo, coach, Zeke wanted you can call his mom.
Goldner. We'll talk later, bro.
This
All
dude.
right.
Blake, is your hair dreading? Why does it look like your hair's dreading, bro? That's crazy.
Who would you guys say is your biggest inspiration from the NBA? Like, if you guys were to pick one player, who would that be?
Tyler Hero.
Steve Nash.
Was a bucket.
Always just being the best teammate, leader, and everyone wants to play with him. Like, he's always past first player, and that's just what everyone wants to play with.
I grew up idolizing Kobe, as many of you, especially in LA, have. I thought that he was an ultimate leader, competitor, champion, and watching those championships in 2009 and 10 were pretty special. So I would say that probably he was the person I always looked up to for pretty much any moment. You knew he was going to come with the ball and come up clutch and take his chances. So he was the person I always looked up to.
Somebody inspiration to me was like Nick Young. He was firsthand like around me since I was growing up, and like I watched him just when he first got drafted to the Washington Wizards, and he was always just his work ethic of him always wanting to work. He just was never stopping. So that who was an inspiration to me for sure.
Anyone else? Okay, so to piggyback off of Jacob's question, what do you guys take away from your favorite basketball player and use in your game that you like use in your game now?
I would say, when I mentioned Kobe, the competitive spirit. I'm always a fighter. I always will be. So whenever there's a chance to be as competitive or as aggressive as possible, I always think, like, what would Kobe do? So.
Ever since I was younger, I used to I used to watch a lot of like Dwayne Wade, and I used to look up to him just not as like only a basketball player, but like as a person. Like the way like he carried himself off the court and like what he did off the court, like he wrote books, like he was always doing stuff off the court like that. I looked at that as like an inspiration. Like he's always doing more than one thing.
To me, Steve Nash, just the way he passed and got his teammates open, I love to watch, and how he'd always get knocked down or be bleeding and gets the hardest defenders. He just gets back up, and he's super tough, and I like being like that.
Great. So this next question is for Coach Jarvis. What advice would you give to someone who wants to play basketball at Beverly?
Just the commitment level, man. It's I mean, to play any sport at Beverly, along with trying to maintain your academic life and your social life, is definitely a challenge. So, just be prepared to be committed. Your work ethic is really important. It takes a large part of your time. I think Ben talked about it earlier. We play a lot of games in the spring and the summer. We play in the fall. We practice pretty much year round for those who don't play in another sport. So just, it's time consuming. So, you just got to kind of be committed to it and you got to want to do it. and you got to have a passion for it. So if there was some advice that I was giving to somebody who wanted to play and who wanted to be a part of the program, I would say, be committed and make sure you're a hard worker and it'll happen for you.
So also to the coach, how close would you say you are with the players this year compared to last year, and just in general, do you guys feel like a family?
We're definitely a family. I think that's one of the biggest things that we preach as a staff is togetherness. Like we don't necessarily always have the most talented team. Like when we go and play these other guys, we'll play a lot of guys who have guys that are 6'7" and 6'8" and going to play, Division I basketball. We don't necessarily have that every year. So I think our togetherness and our cohesiveness is one of our biggest attributes. We're definitely a family on and off the court. I want to say that all of our teams, are pretty close and are pretty together. But I definitely think that this team was one of the closest bonded teams that I've had in a long time. Last year's team was pretty special as well. We had a lot of guys who were together and friends. But I think these guys, most of them, started playing with us like in the 7th or 8th grade. So, there's just been a basketball bond that we've had over the last 5 or 6 years, good and bad, that has just brought us together and brought us closer. And like I said, I think that's been beneficial to our success.
I have a question for you as well. Do you feel like, as a former basketball player, do you feel like basketball has changed from when you played to now?
It's definitely changed for sure. Just like anything else in life over a span of time, things evolve. I think, like I said, when I was younger, I played baseball, basketball, and football. I think there's more of a focus now on, specializing in one sport, which is okay. If you have a passion for it and that's what you want to do, it's totally okay. But I definitely think that the game has evolved over the course of time. And I think it's for the better. I think that basketball has become extremely popular across the world. And, more people are playing it now at an earlier age. And, it's exciting, and definitely think there has been some evolution in the game.
Right. So this is a question for you and the seniors. What advice would you guys give to the lower classmen?
Oh yeah, number one advice: just to stay focused. Don't let anything sidetrack you guys. And if you guys really want to take it to the next level and win a city championship, and just keep and make not leave a legacy. That's number one. But I just say stay focused, because that's something that I lost this year when I was playing, and I lost a little bit of focus during the season just because it's just a lot of time consuming with basketball, and it's just other things that started coming to my mind. But for sure, just to stay focused and handle what's in front of you first before anything else.
I'd say to just work really hard in conditioning, do your own during season, get up shots outside of practice. And the most importantly, just listen to the coach. They know what they're doing. They'll tell you what to do.
Yeah. I would say the only other thing besides that is if you have nothing else to do at 6 a.m, which you don't, go to Gibbs workout, because that's going to help you a lot.
It's all about hard work and the commitment. And if you're not committed, there's no point of you doing it. So if you are committed and you want to put in the work, you have to go 110% every single time, every single practice, whenever it is.
Yeah, I think it's all about commitment and hard work when we're in the weight room or on the track or upstairs in the gym. I mean, there shouldn't be a difference in the effort you give in the gym versus on the track. And there always is. Certain guys will tend to slack off when we're on the track or tend to slack off in the gym because they think it's easier than the track. And I think you got to go hard, whether you're on the track, weight room, or in the gym.
This also is a question for everybody. What specific things do you guys think you did good this season? Specifically, how would you define your success?
Wait, repeat your question.
What specific things do you think you did good this season?
Follow the game plan.
Say it?
individually or team?
Both.
Oh, well, as a team, we did stick to the script whenever like we had games. I mean, whatever we like, coach would come up like before we played Mayfair, for instance, we had a whole practice, and every practice we ran the same like defense, and we worked on offense, and we worked on all those things that we needed to be like that needed to be done in order for us to win the game. So like that's for sure what we did really good was just following the game plan and executing everything that he told us to do.
I think what was big, I think what was big also was it didn't matter how many points we were down. I think every single time our leaders like Nick, Beans, and Ben, every single time would just tell us to stay calm. And, I mean, I know games that we were down 10 or down 15, and it was either like down to the last second or we would win that game. So it didn't matter if it was the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, or the third quarter. Every single time we just stayed calm, and that was like a big thing for us was to just remember like we still have time and we could always pull back from a game.
As a team, we definitely did a good job trusting our teammates, like just give them the ball and trust they'll make the right decision. And individually, I thought I really improved my defense and my threes, because at the beginning of the year, I really couldn't play defense, but through practice and working, I got to be a pretty good defender.
Yeah, I think trust was a big thing for us. At the end of games, I mean, I felt everyone would be involved. Coach did a great job of drawing up plays where pretty much one person would always be open. And I think our teammates had a lot of trust in everyone else. So we would always find the right person.
And I'm sure – oh, you want to go, Jarvis?
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sure you guys have had a bunch of special moments as a team that you'll always remember, but is there one specifically that you guys would like to share that you will always remember?
Yeah.
I'd say you want to go first?
No, you got it, bro.
Okay, I'd say our home game against Santa Monica, just watching all our friends in the stands and family come to watch us, and having it being senior night really made it emotional and something I'll never forget.
Experience I want to say is when we played Notre Dame, Sherman Oaks. We went out there and we watched the JV play, and we just sat there and kind of seen the Notre Dame team, like a couple of their players walk past and kind of like mad dog us and look at us like as if we were under them and we weren't to their talent. And they just looked at all of our teammates, and we went into the locker room, and I made sure that my team and all of us weren't afraid of that, and we were ready to go. And from the jump, as soon as we stopped, as soon as the jump ball came off, we were on their necks the whole game, and we killed them. And we came back after the game, when the game was over, and including Coach Jarvis, all of us, we were in their mosh pit and enjoying ourselves, just having a great time because we were happy that we went out and handled business like we were supposed to.
Yeah, I would probably say it was Notre Dame locker room after the game, like everyone dancing in the locker room. I think that was one of my favorite moments of the season.
That and the Washington prep game for sure, when we came back and Blake hit the buzzer beater to win the game. That for sure was another one as well.
I think even though I was on the team for a short period, I honestly think that one of like a memory I'll take away forever is our last experience after the Mayfair game in the locker room, because it just showed that like all of this is bigger than basketball and we're a family, and it just goes beyond that. And I just loved how we were comfortable with each other, with all the things we were going through and all those emotions, and I was just happy to share that moment with you guys.
And Coach, do you have anything special to share?
You know, I think, we preach like creating an experience, that's one of the big things that we talk about a lot, creating a legacy, creating an experience. And I think back at just like, the personal growth of some of these guys, over the course of the season, just making big plays, whether it was Beans at Crossroads, crossing over the big guy and going to lay him up at the basket, or whether it was Roy stepping up and making some big threes, in playoff games and in wins, or if it was Ben, doing what Ben does. I mean, it was just a lot of different experiences over the course of the year. Jordan playing the way that he did at Notre Dame, Will coming in against Washington Prep and basically changing the game with his energy and intensity by himself. So, I mean, there's a lot of different experiences when I think back on the season that are memorable. I just can't really name one that just stands out because, like I said, at the end of the day, that's what it's about for us, creating those experiences, creating those memories, that they can carry on with them, throughout the rest of their life. And so, I mean, that's pretty much, the one thing that stands out to me the most. It's just not necessarily one, but the growth of these guys over the course of the season, gaining confidence in themselves, to impact, our team's success.
Nice. Okay, our last question is for everybody, including Coach. You talked about your inspirations a lot on the interview. If you were to name one person who helped you become and is most responsible for what you are today, who would that be?
Man, y'all may not know, but me and Coach Jarvis been together since I was in 6th grade, and he's been something that's been inspired. I mean, he's everything to me. So I would just say Coach Jarvis for sure.
I would say my dad, because my brother helped me a lot during the season, but before the season, throughout my life, my dad's been making me watch basketball and just showing me, like, who I should be, what's the best play style to copy, and just what you should be doing out there on the court.
I'll say my brother because he's been helping me with a lot difficult stuff, and I was like couldn't do anything I can do, and he helped me with it, the practices, how to motivate me in practices and games, all that.
I would say Coach Gibbs because when the season ended, we started getting the 6 a.m. workouts again. He fixed my game where I get my jump shot right and my fundamentals square.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I would say probably my brothers because I always looked up to them and they motivated me each and every day to work harder than them and to try to do as much as I can, if not more, than what they've put out.
I'd probably say my mom because she goes through a lot. And, like, when me and her are stressed out, like, we keep each other on track. So she kept me on track for a lot of basketball season without getting distracted. So, for sure, my mom.
I would probably say my brother, him being older, just similar to Will's experience, always having to go hard and wanting to be better, and seeing someone who's grown up and gone through what you're going to have to go through and wanting to achieve more and better than what they did.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go.
Go. All right, bro. I'm gonna go. I would say my mom because my mom, we've all came a long way. Because, like, when I was younger, I've seen her come home before sad, like losing her job, and now we're all the way out here, like in Beverly Hills. So, like, it's like that's like shows me like hard work can get you anywhere. So, like, I would definitely say my mom for sure.
Yeah. Same as most of them, my mom, because she never let me settle short. She always pushed me beyond, and she always put me in places where I could succeed, like, and grow my basketball, like with Coach Jarvis and like camps and rec leagues. And I just thought that her always giving me that extra push was very vital to me and brought me to where I am today.
I would think from my parents because they motivate me every day to work hard and play basketball with all the coaches, all the camps, like Pasha said, and just getting my academics right, and just working hard every day. All these.
Go ahead. But, like, for me, there's multiple inspirations. I can't name them all, but obviously my mother is one too, and I have Renee. There's a lot of people that inspire me because I just say, like, it's just a lot. My grandmother who passed, it's just a lot of inspiration. So I can't name just one.
Okay, thank you so much. Second. So that's all for this segment of BevBall. I'm Jacob Getty, joined with Alana Morgan and Jackson Harris. Athletes, thank you so much for coming on to the show. It's been a pleasure. And Coach Jarvis, a special thanks to you for joining us on this episode. We hope to have you again. Thank you all for watching, and we're going to see you guys next time.